But he's coming into Behrooz territory, so he's going to be...
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So guys, channel membership is now live. Link is in the description and the first comment. Do check it out. That would really help support the channel. So let's start this video with an update of the mutant, Nick Walker. So you guys are going to hear the most surprising thing about his weight right now. So even after 3 weeks, post his competition run, which was the Pittsburgh Pro and the New York Pro, the man is only 1 pound up from the stage weight, which is absolutely insane if you guys think about this, because most of these guys, they go up about 10 pounds, and that too in just 1 week.
And my own body weight is up literally 1 pound since the show, which is pretty cool. I'm usually up normally probably like anywhere from 5 to 10 at this point.
So this right here pretty much explains how laser focused Nick Walker is for his comeback to this year's Olympia stage. And yes, this is gonna be sort of like a comeback, because he's gonna be stepping on the biggest bodybuilding stage after a gap of 2 years. And pretty soon he's gonna be in that phase where he's gonna test his strength during that short off season before he officially starts the Olympia prep for this year. So the cool thing for Nick Walker, and I'm gonna say a huge advantage, is that Nick Walker can easily grow. He can put on that extra 4 to 5 pounds of solid muscle on his frame that he was aiming for after his win at the New York Pro, and then he can start the Olympia prep while being very lean. So just imagine if Nick would have beaten Derek Lunsford at the Pittsburgh Pro, which by the way is something 90% of the people out there think he 100% should have. Then the hype for the upcoming Miss Olympia, that would have been so much more, and it would have been even more unpredictable. But that being said, Nick is training for nothing less than top 3 for the Olympia this year, and him beating Derek in the rack double biceps and the abs and thigh, that was something that nobody expected. Nobody could have ever thought of that. So there are some shots where Nick can definitely beat Derek. Now the fans are kind of split on who has the best back in the world right now, especially in the men's open, because Nick's lower body, the depth, the detail in his hamstrings, as well as that overall size, that is way more than Derek. But Derek got him in the width, especially in that upper half, and also his glutes, they are way more ripped. Now ever wonder why Nick has so well developed abs? They are so chiseled and so deep, and they seem like bricks. Well, whether he's in prep or in the off season, the man always trains his abs. So what do you guys think? Whom out of the last year's Olympia top 3 can Nick beat at the Olympia this year to place top 3 in the world? Next up we have the physique update from Rubiel Mosquera, aka Nexzilla. So some conflicting reports, they were circulating on social media, whether Rubiel is doing this upcoming Dubai Pro in 2 weeks time or not. Well, this has now been confirmed by his sponsors that Rubiel is 100% in for this upcoming Dubai Pro. And this right here is him posing in that famous Behrooz gym in Dubai. So when the rumor started, this picture had already came out, and it was kind of surprising to think that Rubiel was gonna pull out of this show, because his conditioning here, that looks pretty damn impressive. So he has those trademark lines on his side leg, the serratus and the abs, they are both in. And we have to keep in mind, he has got another 2 weeks to tighten up even more, bring out some more detail, fine-tune some more things, and step on this upcoming Dubai Pro stage at his all-time best. So last year's Dubai Pro show, that was done under the coaching of Ahmed Askar, the guy from the Auto Gym in Kuwait. And right now, he's again working with Francisco, the same guy who coached him, to get his pro card, and also for his pro debut in Prague back in 2023. And that was undoubtedly the best look of Rubiel's career. So fingers crossed that Rubiel is gonna be in shape for this upcoming Dubai Pro against Behrooz Tabani and Nathan Diasha. Not that he's at a level where he can challenge a more complete bodybuilder like Behrooz Tabani, but his rematch with Nathan Diasha for the 3rd time, that is going to be very exciting. And also his comparison with Behrooz Tabani, that is going to be fun to watch, because after all, he is one of the biggest freaks in the men's open right now, and he's coming back after a gap of 1 year. Now I certainly hope that he does some other shows besides Dubai Pro, as he can certainly qualify for the Olympia, and it is going to be so fun watching him on the biggest bodybuilding stage against the best of the best. In regards to Martin-Fitzwater, what we know so far is that he has already announced that he's only focused on the Olympia this year for now. Now this upcoming Dubai Pro that was certainly on his list, that was originally his plan, but he never committed to it, especially after this year's Pittsburgh Pro. As many people and the experts, they talked about this, that Martin still needs more size. He needs more muscularity up top, and more importantly, he needs more maturity. Now that is only the case in his upper half. The legs on the other hand, they are totally insane. One of the best in the top 6. And there is a mutual consensus on that. But Milo Sorsev, the coach of Behrooz Tabani, he keeps bringing Martin's name for this upcoming Dubai Pro.
Behrooz, Martin,
in Bonnet.
of
who's
Bonnet and Nathan, and probably Rubiel. I mean, the way Rubiel looked the last year,
You think
if
he's
he would be
looking better this
conditioned.
year?
Now Milos once again mentioned Martin's name in the latest episode of the Cutler cast. Now I do not think his assumption, that is based on some inside scoop. It's based on how crazy Martin is looking, even right now, 4 weeks after the Pittsburgh Pro. And as much fun as it is going to be watching Martin against Behrooz Tabani at this upcoming Dubai Pro stage, especially if he can bring back that Olympia look from last year, I think that would certainly be enough to beat a guy like Behrooz Tabani. But at this point, it's only speculation, because we are never gonna find out. Because as of right now, they haven't shared the same stage, and unless that happens at this upcoming Dubai Pro, it's all conjecture at this point.
Yet.
Yeah, Martin is for sure doing it because the guest posing he did, whatever he did this weekend, did you see? He looks very, very good.
Yeah.
So he needs redemption. He needs to prove himself, and but he's coming into Behrooz territory, so he's going to be great battle.
You know, like
So as much as we all want to see this battle, Martin and his coach Stefan, I think they made the right call of shutting the season down and just focus on the Olympia, because he has to beat some really good guys, some of the best out there, if he wants to hold on to that same place at the Olympia this year that he got last year, and that was top 4. And we know in order to do that, he's gonna have to beat Nick Walker at the very least. So here we are looking at Nile Darwin, who I believe is gonna be the future, the next big thing in classic physique division in the very near future. I mean, just that structure and the kind of muscularity that he has, and that too only in his second year as a pro. That just speaks volume about his potential, and I'm gonna say he has the guts to go all the way to the top. So he's prepping for this upcoming Tampa Pro, and that makes this update roughly around 8.5 weeks out, and chances are we're gonna see some big lineup at this upcoming Tampa Pro, not just in the men's open, but in classic physique too. So Nile right now is easily among the top 3 guys, with the smallest waistline in the entire classic physique division. And watching him in such a fine condition, with roughly 2 more months to go, that is quite an indication that the man is gonna be absolutely ripped. Now also it kind of seems like that he has put on a lot of muscle and a lot of mass during this past off season, and the physique that we're gonna see at this upcoming Tampa Pro stage, that is going to be his biggest one to date. Now he has another 12 pounds to drop before he makes the weight cutoff, and that I think won't be a problem. He still has a lot of time. Now, that is a physique at which when you look at, you immediately feel like that he was born to compete in the classic physique category. Now Nile made his Olympia debut last year, and he was just outside of that top 10. This year, I believe he's definitely moving up, and do not be surprised if he ends up in the mix, or at the very least, in the first call out, because I certainly think that this guy can fight for that Olympia title in the future. But do let me know what you guys think. And also hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.